We put way too much pressure on ourselves. We put way too much pressure on ourselves. We work 40 plus hours in a week. We go to school and work sometimes. We expect ourselves to look a certain way. We expect ourselves to act a certain way, to be perceived in a certain way. And each time we add another thing of what we expect from ourselves, we are adding more and more pressure. It is my goal to help you relieve that pressure, to take the pressure off of life. Because at the end of the day, while certain things are important, like making sure you treat people right and making sure that you find a good balance of work and life, it isn't worth all of the stress and all of the pressure that we continue to put on ourselves. There are many ways that we can alleviate the pressure that we put on ourselves throughout our entire lives. And one of the ways that I know is simply being willing to let go of certain things. And it really does start with that willingness. It really does start with being willing to say, hey, I don't want to do this anymore. And accepting that it's going to take time to release it. That's okay. That's natural. That's just how it goes. But it does start with that willingness to let it go. So, for example, the willingness to let go of straight A's. That was a big thing for me. It became an addiction of mine to get Dean's List. It became an addiction to continuously get that high GPA, when in all reality, I didn't need that. There is the term, C's get degrees for a reason, but I just held myself to such a high standard and I put so much pressure on myself. And it really didn't do too much good for me. Sure, I can say I got a certain GPA, but at the end of the day, it just caused me more stress and it put more strain on my body when I actually needed the time to decompress and to relax and to let go of that. But that is a good example where you don't need straight A's. And I get for certain people, it isn't that simple. I get that family expectation and obligation can really crunch down onto that. And you can feel like if I don't do this, I won't be accepted as a person. But I am here to remind you that you will be accepted as a person with the right people that are meant for you. And I understand too that it's hard to break out of that, to break out of a family connection like that. I think it's also important to follow what works best for you. And if you're in that boat where you need to let go of something like that, then I would say go down that route and do it for yourself. Do it for yourself first, and the right people will follow you. But we really do need to take the pressure off of life, because this is not sustainable. How we've been living as a society, in particular in America, it's not sustainable. It's not healthy. It's not safe. And we need to start looking inward a bit more and being, again, willing to take a step back and realize, hey, what do I need? What do I need? Don't need? What can I let go of that I can take that weight off and surrender it elsewhere? And the long and short is you are inherently worthy of that. And I think that that's another place where the pressure can come from, where it's you just expect a certain thing from yourself, and it's okay to let go of that. Like, you're still enough. You tie how much you can do and how much you can produce to how much you're worth, and whether you are good enough or not. You are enough. You were born enough, and it's okay to start taking that step forward, or that step back, whatever it is for you. You are safe. You are safe to do it, and that's what matters. All you just have to do is just take a deep breath and start. And it's going to be messy. It's going to suck. But you're going to do fine. And I'm so, so proud of you. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you in the next one.